This afternoon and evening, I would like to talk to you about the book, The Mystery of Iniquity.
今天下午跟大家来讲这本书《揭秘敌基督的显现》。
And in order to tell you about this, I must teach you about the tabernacle of David.
OK， 为了要教导这个题目啊，我先必须教导你们到底大卫的帐幕 TOD 到底是怎么一回事。
The tabernacle of David is integral to the mystery of iniquity.
因为你们可能没有知道说，大卫的帐幕啊，直接跟这个不法的隐意啊息息相关。
And for the most part, the Christian church, especially in America, knows nothing about the tabernacle of David.
对于美国的教会啦，还有很多其他教会，其实对于大卫的帐幕是一无所知啊。
So I was particularly thrilled when I saw the sign, the tabernacle of David.
所以我几天前带他来这里的时候呢，他看到 TOD 啊。这个叫大卫的帐幕，他就鸡皮疙瘩都起来了。
Because I have been conversing with my patriots in Israel about the tabernacle of David for the last few weeks.
因为呢，他已经跟他在以色列的一些爱国者啦，都是他们事工的人呢，就谈到说了这个大卫的帐幕。
When David brought the Ark of the Covenant up from Shiloh to Jerusalem, he put it in the tabernacle that he built to house the Ark of the Covenant.
当大卫把约柜运到示罗的时候呢，他把它放在大卫他自己所建造的会幕里面，然后把约柜放在会幕里面。
The Scripture says that 3 times a year we shall go up to the place where Jehovah shall place his name, and we will celebrate the feast at that place.
圣经告诉我们说，耶和华晓谕摩西说，1年3次呢，我们要到耶和华以他的名为居所的地方守节3次。
What does it mean by the place where Jehovah shall place his name?
耶和华名的居所，这到底什么意思？
Because when we were given that commandment, we were 40 years from even entering into the land.
因为摩西呢给这个吩咐的时候呢，离进入迦南地还有40年之久。
It is the place where the ark, which is called by my name, will reside.
Okay.
The ark of the covenant.
所以我名的居所这个的定义呢，是说这个约柜呢上面有我的名字，所以就是我名的居所，就指说约柜在哪里，那里就是他名的居所的地方。
The primary name for the ark of the covenant is the ark which is called by my name.
OK， 我们知道约柜啊，其实完整的主要的名称啊，并不是叫约柜，而是说那个 ark 柜啊，是以我的名所称的柜，那柜。
Where that is located, that is where we go up. We aliyah go up to the feast of Jehovah.
那这个约柜所在的地方呢，就是我们去阿利亚去1年守节3次的地方。
For 400 years, that place was Shiloh.
400年之久呢，听约那个地方呢就在示罗。
The site where the ark of the site where the ark of the covenant was and the tabernacle was has been excavated.
OK， 就是呢，过去的400年之久约柜所停放的地方啊，那个地点呢，现在都已经被考古挖掘出来了。
At Shiloh, there are millions and millions of pottery shards from the sacrifices that were done there over a 400-year period.
OK， 在那里呢，示罗这地方，你看到好几百万片的那些陶瓷的碎片的那些是当初用来装 很多在生祭礼仪上面的祭祀所用的。
And when Eli's sons took the Ark of the Covenant into battle, and they lost the Ark of the Covenant to the Philistines, it was there at Shiloh that happened.
当初呢，伊莱的那个大祭司伊莱他的儿子呢，把那个约柜呢，放到最前面去攻打那个非利士人。后来呢，约柜被非利士人掳走了，那个事情就发生在示罗啊。
Eli, the high priest, was sitting at the gate of the city during that battle.
就在那个时候呢，其实伊莱他本身是坐在以利这个大祭司他就坐在这个示罗的城墙的门口，在观看那场战斗。
And when the messenger came back from the battlefield and told him that his sons were killed,
当使者们回来告诉他说，这个大祭司的以利的儿子被杀了。
and the Ark of the Covenant was taken,
然后呢，约柜被掳走了。
Eli fell back off from his chair, broke his neck, and died.
以利呢就往后跌倒，那个颈项断裂而死。
We can now go right back to the gate of the city now and see where that happened. More than 1,000 years ago.
就是我们可以看到在这几千年之久前，这一件事情真正发生的地点，我们现在可以回到示罗那地方考古发现的地方，
在那里。
Oh, more than 2,000 years ago.
2000多年前的事情。
As a matter of fact, it was 3,000 years ago.
其实3000多年前的事情。
And that site remains today at Shiloh.
然后那个地点呢，还是在示罗。
Now, many years later, King David went to Shiloh to bring the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem.
许多年以后，大卫王呢到示罗呢去把那个约柜要运走。
He made an ox cart to bring the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem.
他用一个牛车要把它运上耶路撒冷。
He did not read carefully the scriptures.
那个大卫王那时候没有小心的读圣经啊。
The Ark of the Covenant was not to ever be put on a cart. It was to be carried on the shoulders of the priests.
因为这约柜呢，唯一会被允许那个运送的方法，不是
放上牛车，或是放这个车子，必须要有那个祭司扛在肩上的。
That was a much more difficult job.
那是一个很困难的工作。
The Ark of the Covenant weighed so much that it took several teams of priests to keep passing it off to each other because it was only to be carried on the shoulders of the priest.
因为这个约柜的重量非常非常的重，所以呢，他们要好几个团队的祭司他们在运送的过程当中要不停的换班次，继续来扛呀。
To make it easier, he built a brand new ox cart and put the ark on the ox cart.
所以呢，大卫呢就想一想呢，哎呀，那还是做一台全新的牛车呢，把它放上去好了。
One of the ox stumbled, shook the ark, and the priest reached out to steady it.
然后一头牛呢失脚了，然后那个有其中一个祭司赶快用手去扶约柜。
Uzzah died instantly.
乌撒就当场就死了。
And the Ark of the Covenant was then taken to the house of Obed-Edom, and there it resided. It didn't make it all the way to Jerusalem.
那因为这个事件呢，约柜就被运到那个俄巴以东那里去，然后就停在那里。
Years later, when David saw that the house of Obed-Edom was so blessed, that's when David again attempted to bring the ark up.
然后呢，后来呢，大卫一看，哎呦，俄别以东那里呢，因为约柜在那里，居然呢，大家都发财了，他就赶快想说，哎呦，我要赶快把它运。
But this time, the scripture said he brought it up in due course, according to the correct order.
所以那个时候，圣经有特别讲，这一次他就很小心，照圣经的规定来运送。
He brought it up. The priests carried it on their shoulders.
那这一次就祭司们呢用肩扛。
They brought it up to Jerusalem, where David had built a tabernacle for the Ark of the Covenant.
他们呢就把它扛到这耶路撒冷那个大卫呢，他已经 把这个会幕大卫的会幕帐幕立好了，他就把那个约柜放到那里。
The original animal skin tabernacle, then the original animal skin tabernacle had degraded, and it was a stone tabernacle at Shiloh.
Stone tabernacle。在那个示罗原来400年之久的那个会幕啊，其实是石头建造的，约柜放在里面，然后那个上面还覆盖着那个动物的毛皮啊。
And so David built a temporary tabernacle for the Ark of the Covenant.
而大卫呢，他在那个他自己所建造大卫的会幕呢，是一个暂时性的居所，暂时性的会幕。
And David did another thing that was forbidden for the king to do.
然后呢，大卫居然做了一件是君王不能够做的事。
The high priest was the only one that was allowed to go in to the area where the Ark of the Covenant was.
因为呢，只有大祭司呢被允许呢进到约柜所在之处。
But David went in before the Ark of the Covenant, and that is where he praised and he worshiped God.
可是呢，大卫他居然能够到约柜，在那个大卫的帐幕里面呢，进到大卫的帐幕里面，在约柜前面，在那里直接敬拜神。
To do that, David had to get specific revelation from heaven that he would be allowed to do that, because otherwise he would be breaking the commandment of God.
就是说，唯一让大卫能够直接进在那个约柜面前，在大卫的帐幕里面敬拜耶和华神呢，他必须要直接从天上得到的启示，允许他进去的。
Now, how do we know that David was a prophet who had the Spirit of God that allowed him to do that?
那我们怎么知道说这个大卫是一个先知或先见，他有神的灵在身，让他能够知道可以做这件事呢？
Peter, on the day of Pentecost, said that King David, was a prophet who saw beforehand the coming of the Messiah.
因为五旬节圣灵浇灌的时候，彼得站起来讲道的时候，他就说大卫是一个先见，是一个先知，他知道他已经预先看到弥赛亚要来的景况了。
1,000 years before Yeshua came, King David saw the Messiah.
在耶稣出现，在耶稣弥赛亚出现的1000年前，大卫他已经看到弥赛亚。
And seeing the Messiah beforehand, David wrote all of the temple liturgy and the music for the temple service.
所以呢，大卫呢是先见，就是先看见的。所以呢，他就根据他所看到1000年以后弥赛亚来的场景是什么，他根据那个就写下了这些规定，这些祭司们在各式各样节庆里面的敬拜礼仪的程序。
That was the revelation he received when he was in the tabernacle before the Ark of the Covenant and inspired by God to see the coming Messiah.
他是什么时候得到这样的极大的启示呢？就是他被允许进入会幕，然后在约柜面前敬拜的时候呢，所得着的那个启示，让他看到以后弥赛亚来的景象。
So David wrote the Psalms along with Asaph and Nathan the prophet.
所以呢，大卫呢跟亚萨跟拿单呢，他们就写下了诗篇的经文。
He wrote the temple liturgy for a temple that he would never see, but his son Solomon would build.
他为了这个圣殿敬拜的礼仪啊，所写下来，他们应该什么时候诵读什么经文，什么时候要唱读什么样的诗篇啊？ 那些的整个礼仪程序呢，虽然他眼睛看不到这个圣殿的存在，也被建立起来，可是呢，这些都他事先写下来。
And in that tabernacle, he was promised that of his lineage, his offspring would come the Messiah who would reign over Israel and over the entire world forever.
就是在这个大卫的会幕里面啊。 大卫得到了这样的启示，说以后从大卫的后裔里面会有兴起来一个人呢，他是掌管做以色列君王，不止做以色列君王呢，而且要永远统治全地的。
from David's lineage would come the Messiah, the promised Messiah of Israel.
所以从大卫的血脉，神就是在那时候启示他，从你的后裔里面呢，我要兴起弥赛亚来。
There is not a more established fact in all the Bible than that promise.
在圣经里面再也没有比这个更坚固的应许了。
Yeshua, the Messiah must trump the direct line from the seed of David.
弥赛亚一定要从大卫的血脉里面产生。
25 years ago, I walked into the city of Jerusalem.
25年前呢，我走入耶路撒冷城。
A rabbi with a dusty black hat came up and handed me a little handbill.
一个拉比呢，戴了一个很带有灰尘的那个大帽子，然后呢，给我的一张传单。
It was a little slip of paper that they were handing all of the Christians who were coming into the city of Jerusalem.
这张小单张呢，就是专门针对来耶路撒冷呢朝圣的这些基督徒们发的。
It said at the top, $10,000 reward.
上面呢直接就写$10,000的悬赏。
Any Christian who can show from the Christian Bible these particular answers to problems in the New Testament.
好，任何的那个基督徒呢，如果能够从基督徒的新约圣经里面呢，找到我现在要问你们的问题的答案。
What a coincidence!
哎，真是很巧合。
I could use $10,000
我
right
那时候
now.
正需要$10,000啊。
The day before, my room at Petra Hostel was broken into.
因为呢，就在他的那个居住的地方啊，就在那个前一天呢，他的那个所住的地方哦，被盗贼侵入。
All of my electronics and all my money was stolen the day before.
他的家当全部都被偷光了。
I had in my pocket a $10 bill, and I had my ticket for 40 days later back to America.
现在我面临的情况是这样，我口袋里面只有10块钱，然后呢，我有还有一张机票是40天以后才能够离开的机票。
If anyone could use $10,000, it's me.
如果有人呢需要1万块呢，那我就排第1名。
So I went to work on the problems. I needed
因为我
$10,000.
真的需要这1万块，我马上就过去跟他一起来研究，我要给他回答了。
18 years later, I went back to the rabbis who wrote that reward offer.
18年以后啊，我才能够再度回去那个地方去找那个拉比呢，说我现在来领我的奖赏。
18 years later, I said, it took me an entire week to answer 9 of the questions.
在我那时候，我回去跟他讲啊，你前面9个问题啊，花了我1个礼拜就把你解决掉了。
But it took me 17 years to answer the last one.
但是你最后那个问题花了我17年。
But I still could use the $10,000.
但是你还是得把你欠我的这应许的1万块要给我啊。
What was the $10,000 question?
OK， 所以剩下的这第10个问题，到底是哪一个问题是$10,000的问题呢？
Prove from the Christian scriptures that Jesus is any relative of King David.
从这个圣经里面呢来找到答案，说呢，来证明说耶稣呢，到底什么时候讲说耶稣就是大卫的后裔的？
We know that he must be.
我们知道他一定必须是啊。
But I know what the rabbis know.
我也知道这些拉比们知道啊。
In the Christian scriptures, there is no direct lineage of Yeshua to King David.
因为呢，在那个圣经的我们的这个基督徒的圣经里面啊，你找不到一个直接的经文直接说他就是大卫的子孙啊。
This is a serious problem.
就是你找到家谱你找不到的，这是很严重的事情啊。
Any Christian who studied the scriptures know that we have a problem.
因为任何的大人啊，我们只要真正很认真在读圣经的，你去读那个家谱，你就发现，哎，这个真的是一个问题。
It took me 17 years to solve the problem.
然后呢，我是花了17年才解决这个问题。
And I'm going to give you the answer today.
然后我今天就给你答案。
And you don't even have to wait until this is completed in Chinese.
所以呢，甚至在这本的中文版发行以前，你就可以得到答案了。但是
I'm going to show you something. This picture right here
这张照片，
is handwritten Hebrew manuscript.
这个是那个希伯来文手抄本，
This is the answer.
就是答案。
Now, I would like you to take your Bibles, please,
现在请大家翻开圣经，
and turn to Matthew chapter 1.
马太福音第1章。
Now, I'm sure that everyone that was embarrassed that they didn't have a Bible with them earlier has now gotten their Bibles.
我所以早上呢，谁没带圣经来的呢？我相信你们现在都已经回去拿圣经过来了。
Chapter 1, verse 17.
第1章呢，第17节。
This is a summary statement of the genealogy that has gone before.
这个呢，只是一个summary， 就是
synopsis.
就是综合一下的找不到那个中文字。
The end of the equation.
摘要，就是耶稣的那个家谱的摘要。
So all of the generations from Abraham to King David are 14 generations.
所以呢，从那个亚伯拉一直到大卫呢是14代。
And from David until the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations.
所以然后大卫到那个被掳巴比伦又是14代。
And from the carrying away into Babylon unto Messiah, Christ, are 14 generations.
然后从被掳到巴比伦一直到弥赛亚出现，又是14代。
So, we know that Yeshua has to be from the lineage of King David.
所以我们知道说，这个弥赛亚一定要从这个大卫的血脉出来的。
And when you read this lineage and you do the counting, there are not 14 generations.
可是问题是呢，当你照这家谱上面的记载呢，你开始去数呢，你数不到第14。
From Babylon to Messiah, Yeshua.
就是从那个被掳巴比伦开始算呢，算到耶稣呢，你数不到14。
How many people here are aware of this problem already and have actually counted this?
你们在之中呢，有谁呢已经知道有这个问题？你们也实际去数过了。
Shame on you.
真的是很丢脸呐！
It says 14, 14, 14. You have to count it if you're a student.
它下面写的14，就是叫你去数的。
Shame.
打屁股。
Oh, okay. When you count it, there are only 13 generations in the last section.
当你的第3个14代的时候，你去数，只能够数到第13而已。
We're just going to back up to verse 16, and you're going to read with me.
好，我们现在一起读那个第16节。
And Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Miriam.
雅各生约瑟，就是玛利亚的丈夫，
of whom was born Yeshua, who is called the Messiah.
那称为基督的耶稣是从玛利亚生的。
So we've got the 11th generation.
我们有11代。
And Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Miriam.
然后呢，雅各生约瑟，就是玛利亚的丈夫。
Joseph, being the husband of Miriam, that's the same generation.
因为那个约瑟呢，因为是跟玛利亚是同一个世代的，所以他们只能算同一个世代。
That's generation 12.
那是第12代。
And then, is Joseph the husband of Miriam? Is he any relative of King David? Excuse me. Is he any relative of Yeshua?
然后这个玛利亚的丈夫约瑟呢，他是耶稣的任何的亲戚吗？
Is Joseph the husband of Mary any relative of Yeshua?
这个被称为约瑟玛利亚的丈夫的，他跟耶稣到底有没有什么任何的血缘关系呢？
No, he's just a stepfather. There's no blood relationship.
这里面讲得很清楚啊，他是养父啊，所以他是养父啊，所以他没有血缘啊。
So we don't have any lineage of Yeshua back to King David here.
所以呢，在这里找不到，就是说那个耶稣的这个血脉可以一路追索到大卫啊。
Furthermore,
另外，
this makes Yeshua the 13th generation.
这个经文里面呢，就是耶稣是第13代，
So we've got a problem.
这是一个问题。
One thing, we can't count to 14,
第一个呢，我们数到14都数不到，
or at least Matthew can't count to
最少
14.
呢马太呢他算数不好，他呢也算不到14。
And Joseph, the husband of Miriam, he's not a relative of Yeshua at all.
然后呢，这个约瑟呢，只是那个耶稣的养父啊，他根本就没有血脉关系啊。
Now let's read verse 18 to make sure we're clear on this.
好，那我们现在读第18节，我们来清晰。
Now the birth of Jesus was on this wise.
OK， 耶稣降生的事就记在下面了。
When his mother, Miriam, was espoused to Joseph, before they came together, she was found with child by the Holy Spirit.
在那个，就是说，虽然那个玛利亚已经呢许配给了约瑟，但是他还没有成婚，还没有在一起前呢，那个玛利亚已经从圣灵怀孕了。
That proves that Joseph was not a relative, was not the father, was not a relative of Yeshua.
这个经文就直接说明了呢，约瑟呢并不是耶稣的亲戚，也不是他的父亲。
Okay. Now, we're going to go back to, let's see, hold on, I've got to go back, okay. Just a second. Oh, there it is, okay. Let's go back to verse 16.
再回到16节。
So now we see we have a problem.
好，现在大家都终于明白我们有问题了。
And this Joseph that she was espoused to, we have his lineage in the book of Luke.
好，那这一位约瑟就是玛利亚许配的给的约瑟啊，我们在那个路加福音的确有他的家谱。
It says Yeshua's supposed father was Joseph.
就是说，大家外面的人所认为的耶稣的父亲那个约瑟啊。
That's what people thought because he married a girl that was already pregnant.
外面都这样子认为说他就是耶稣的父亲啊，因为呢，他娶那个玛利亚时候，玛利亚已经怀孕了。
He could have had her stoned, but he wanted to put her away privately. He didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but his heart was broken. His bride is 3 months pregnant when she gets back from seeing her cousin Elizabeth.
OK， 就是说呢，这个当时啊，按照摩西的这个妥拉，你是可以呢用石头把他给打死的。 然后呢，可是这个约瑟呢很爱玛利亚，他那时候心都碎了，在他还没有迎娶她的前的3个月，怎么她就怀孕了呢？
So everyone in the community, of which there are only about 300 in Nazareth,
所以呢，在这个整个拿撒勒村庄那个里的居民人数就300而已。
everyone thinks that the two of them got together before she made the road trip down to Bethlehem.
所以呢，他们就认为说，哦，他们2个啊，就是还没有去那个伯利恒之前，就已经先上车了。
To visit her cousin.
所以 I'm sorry.
She went down there to visit her cousin.
哦，就是玛利亚呢，那个时候呢是到那个伯利恒去，去拜访她的那个表姐。哦。
Now, why did she leave from Nazareth and go down near Jerusalem before the two of them got together in marriage?
然后呢？为什么呢？这个玛利亚呢，在他们明明在几个很快就要结婚了，她干嘛还要跑那一趟，跑到那个离那个耶路撒冷不远的伯利恒，跑到那里去呢？
First, the angel came to her and said, "You are greatly beloved of God."
因为首先呢，这个天使来到她面前，跟她说：“你已经大蒙悦纳的女子啊。”
And the angel says that she is going to bear the Messiah, the Savior of the world.
然后接下来，天使说：“你将要出生的儿子呢，这个是弥赛亚。”
She said, "How am I going to know this? I don't know a man."
这玛利亚就傻眼了啊！她说：“这怎么可能发生呢？我从来没有跟任何男人产生关系啊！”
And so the angel told her this.
所以呢，天使就跟她说。
This is going to be the sign.
这个就是证明啊。
Your cousin, the old woman that they call the barren one, Elisheba,
就是你的那个表姐啊，那个以利沙白，她已经很久都没有办法生小孩了，都年老了。
You know, the one from your mother's side of the family who are of the lineage of Aaron, the priests.
你知道吗？他们就是跟你一样啊，就是从你的母亲这一边过来，是亚伦的后裔的，都是祭司的后代啊。
She's 6 months pregnant.
她现在呢，那个以利沙伯呢，已经怀孕6个月了。
What?
他说怎么可能啊
6 months pregnant, the old woman?
她已经那么老了，然后过去又没有办法生小孩，怎么现在突然生了小孩
That's the sign.
啊，这个就是兆头啊，这就是证明啊。
So she gets a travel entourage together, and she travels all the way down near Jerusalem to visit her cousin.
所以呢，这个玛利亚就急急忙忙就赶到那里去啊，因为她要来搞清楚这件事情真的有这一回事吗？因为这关系她自己啊。
When she arrives at the gate,
到了城门口，
her cousin comes out, sticking out to here.
然后呢，那个以利沙伯呢，挺着大肚子出来迎接她。
Greatly pregnant.
哦，那个胎儿还蛮大的，肚子很尖。
And she lets roar a prophecy about whatever the angel told Miriam is certainly going to come to pass.
然后，而且呢，这个以利沙伯所讲的这个预言的 Elizabeth，right， she laid out prophecy。所以以利沙伯呢，当场呢就发了预言。这个预言是那个神呢也有告诉玛利亚将来所要必将发生的事啊。
So now, when Miriam stays with her for about 3 months,
所以玛利亚呢就跟以利沙伯同住了3个月，大概。
So it's just about the time to deliver the child.
所以那个是大概以利沙伯快要生小孩的时候。
And Miriam leaves and goes back up north.
那个时候呢，玛利亚就再回拿撒勒。
She arrives back in Nazareth, and she is 3 months pregnant. She's showing.
然后呢，那个时候回来呢，玛利亚肚子已经开始微凸了。那时候玛利亚呢3个月的身孕啊。
And now the rumors start.
这个时候小道消息就展开了。
So it's supposed, the people supposed that Yeshua's father was Yosef. And that's what it says in the Gospel of Luke.
所以这路加福音特别为什么讲说，这依外人看呢，约瑟呢是耶稣的父亲，因为他们那个村庄就认为说他们在那个旅程当中呢，在那里是他先怀孕的，后面才结婚的。
But it tells us that Joseph's father, his name is Eli.
但是呢，在路加福音呢告诉我们说，那个约瑟他的家谱，约瑟的爸爸是叫做伊莱。
I'm going to read it to you.
好，我现在读给你听。
All I have to do is find it in all these names. Okay, there it is. Verse 23.
第24节，23节。
And Jesus himself began to be about 30 years of age.
OK， 耶稣呢，那个时候年纪约有30岁。马太福音那个路加福音3章23节，耶稣开头传道。
This is at the time of his baptism.
这个呢，讲的是耶稣呢快要受约翰的洗的时候。
He began to be about 30 years of age.
照希腊文原文是说呢，他才刚开始，快要进入30岁。
Let me ask you, Paul, what does the word "about" mean here in Chinese?
在我们华语里面啊，那个约有30，大约啊，这个是代表什么意思啊？差不多。Almost 呢，还是30多一点，还是29岁多一点？Almost not yet.
Almost not yet.
Right.
Beautiful.
好，很棒。
The Chinese is right and the English is wrong.
好，中文和日本翻得很棒，正确。然后美国白数。
The English word "about" is where you put a point and you draw a circle around it.
依照英文的语义，这个 about 这个字呢，是好像你就是说用一个点，但是呢，在这个附近的周围呢，全部算是 about。
It could be 35, it could be 28. It depends on how big you draw the circle.
所以呢，大概呢，从25到28到35啊，都可以算在这 about 里面，看你画的这个圆圈有多大。
And if it's the Greek word "peri", as in perimeter, that would be okay.
如果呢，刚出这个希腊字原文的用的是 peri 啦，就是好像 perimeter 那个直径那个意思，那是 OK 的，你可以这样解读。
But that is not the word in Greek.
但是呢，希腊原文的字不是这个 peri 这个字啊，
It is Jose.
是 Jose 这个字。
It's nearing, but not having yet reached the point or the number.
就是 Jose 这个希腊文的意思，就是说接近，但是还没有抵达30这个数字。
The Chinese is right.
所以中文是对的。
He had not yet reached the age of 30.
他还没有到达30岁的年龄。
That lets us know exactly the year he was born and the year that his baptism was, and then we can calculate when the crucifixion was, everything.
就是因为呢，这样子的一个精准的对经文的解读啊，使得迈克儒德大师呢，他可以呢重新的把它界定，准确的算出来，耶稣出生的到底是在哪一年，耶稣受洗的时候到底是在哪一年。
Okay, so good job, Chinese.
哎呀，他这华人实在太厉害了。
So he was nearing 30 years of age.
OK， 所以呢，他是快要到，还没有到30岁。
And since this is in the spring of the year, and he doesn't reach the 30th until the Feast of Tabernacles.
所以呢，因为这个时候才是春天嘛，然后呢，因为他必须要到那个住棚节的时候，他才会满30岁。
He's a little more than a half year away from his 30th year beginning.
所以呢，他这个离他这个满30岁呢，还有一小段的时间。
being, as it says in English, being as was supposed the son of Joseph.
所以呢，路加福音第3章就是依人看来嘛，别人看他嘛，认为他是约瑟的儿子。
Who was the son of, what does it say in Chinese?
希里，希里，那伊莱。But anyway,
It's the same thing?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay. They supposed he was the son of Eli.
所以呢，他们大家就认为他是伊莱的，我们照英文的发音嘛，哈，他就是这个伊莱啦。
Who was the son? We was the son of Mathan.
然后呢，这个伊莱呢又是谁的儿子？马旦，对，马塔。
Okay. Wait.
等一下。
Matthew says that Jacob begat Joseph.
哎，等一下，那这个马太福音里面说那个雅各生约瑟。
Here it says that Eli begat Joseph.
在这个路加里面呢，又讲说伊莱生约瑟。
And then it goes all the way back to King David through Nathan, David's other son, not Solomon.
然后呢，在路加你再往他的这个族谱啊，约瑟族往上一直回溯，你是回溯到那个大卫的另外一个儿子叫拿单，不是所罗门。
So now we're going to go back to Matthew.
好，我们再回到马太福音。
So here we have Joseph, the husband of Miriam.
所以这里呢，我们有那个
in Luke.
在路加呢，就是约瑟。接下来讲这个约瑟是那个玛利亚的丈夫约瑟。
Joseph, the husband of Miriam, who is no relative of Yeshua.
就是这个约瑟呢，玛利亚的丈夫呢，是跟这个耶稣本身没有血缘关系。
He goes back to King David through Nathan.
然后呢，这一个养父约瑟呢，他的血缘呢，一直追溯到那个大卫的另外一个儿子拿单。
But in Matthew it says Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary.
可是呢，在马太福音呢16节说，雅各是生了约瑟啊，就约瑟的爸爸是叫雅各。然后呢，就是那约瑟就是玛利亚的丈夫啊。
So this Joseph, his father is Jacob, and he goes back to King David through Solomon, the king line.
所以这个约瑟啊，你如果往上去那个追索，就是16章的这个约瑟，你用马太福音的那个族谱回溯呢，是他直接回溯到那个所罗门王啊。所以这个是他有王的血统下来的。
So we've got a problem.
那现在有问题了。
But here is a solution.
但是呢，也有解答。
You learned this morning that Matthew wrote his gospel in the Hebrew language.
早上我已经跟你们说过，那个马太呢，一开始是用希伯来文写马太福音的。
Several did their best to translate it.
那当时呢，有一些人呢，他们尽全力的把它翻译成其他的语言。
It went from Hebrew and translated into Aramaic.
所以首先呢，从希伯来文被翻到亚文，
Then from Aramaic into Greek.
亚兰到希腊文，
And then from Greek into English and Chinese.
然后希腊文，希腊文呢，再变成中文，英文变成中文，然后或者是其他苏俄文、日文、韩文一起来。
These are the two oldest ancient Hebrew texts of the Gospel of Matthew right here.
你们现在所看到的是找到的最古老的马太福音的希伯来草本照片。
It's copied on this page.
就是直接呢，就是把它印在这个书里面的这内页。
These manuscripts were found in Jewish archives, the archives of Jewish scribes.
这样子马太福音的抄本呢，是在那个犹太人的文士们呢，他们自己私藏的图书室里面。
And it reads this way.
是这样读的。
And Jacob begat Joseph.
就那个雅各生约瑟
of thee Miriam, the father of Miriam.
就是说雅各生约瑟，这个约瑟呢是那个玛利亚的爸爸
of whom was born Yeshua.
然后从这个玛利亚再生耶稣。
This is Mary's bloodline going back to King David through the king line.
这个呢，就是从玛利亚这边来看呢，他从这个回溯他的族谱呢，他的血脉一直到那个所罗门王。
Verse 16 says that her father's name was Joseph.
然后第16节告诉我们说了，那玛利亚的爸爸名字就叫约瑟。
Verse 18 says her husband's name was Joseph.
第18节告诉我们说，玛利亚她的丈夫啊，名字也叫约瑟。
But this is Joseph ben Eli.
但是呢，玛利亚的丈夫约瑟，这个约瑟呢，他的爸爸是叫伊莱，
who is also a relative of King David, but not the king line.
但虽然呢，他是那个是那个拿单的那个后裔啊，但是拿单因为不是所罗门王啊，所以他不是王的那个血脉。
Yeshua's only earthly parent is a direct line to King David through Solomon.
那所以呢，就是唯一呢，你可追回血脉的呢，是从这个玛利亚这边来追啊，因为那个约瑟就没有，他约瑟没有生他嘛，所以是玛利亚生他，所以呢，唯一能够追索的要从玛利亚这边来追，玛利亚这边一追回去，果然就追到所罗门王，是因为这个王的王位是给了所罗门，所以从这个王位这个系统下来的。
Now, do you know why there was a confusion?
所以你们这样终于知道说这么乱啊，乱源在哪里啊？
Because her father's name is Joseph, her husband's name is
因为
Joseph.
她玛利亚的爸爸名字叫约瑟，她的丈夫名字也叫约瑟。
In Hebrew, it's so plain.
因约瑟的这名字呢，在希伯来来讲是很普遍的。
Her father, Joseph and Yaakov,
他的那个爸爸呢，就是叫做约瑟，约瑟呢又是约瑟的爸爸又叫雅各。
her husband, Joseph ben Eli,
然后她的丈夫呢是叫做约瑟，但是约瑟的爸爸叫伊莱。
that makes Miriam the 13th generation.
这样子才使得玛利亚是第13代。
It makes Yeshua the 14th generation.
这样子呢，耶稣才是14代。
And that is why 14, 14, and 14, so that nobody could make a mistake.
所以因为这样子，马太算数没有算错 ，OK， 14都是14。
So I then take my book, the chronological Gospels, back to the rabbis in Jerusalem.
所以呢，我就拿着这个马太这个希伯来抄本的，结果呢，我也就回到耶路撒冷呢，赶快找到当初那个拉比给他看。
I told him it took me 1 week to answer 9 questions,
我说你给我的前面9个问题，我1个礼拜就解决掉了。
17 years to answer the last
最
question,
后第10个问题啊，我花了我17年，头发都白了。
because we hadn't found that ancient Hebrew manuscript
因
yet.
为在那个时候，我们还没有找到那个古希伯来文的马太福音的抄本。
And these Jewish lawyers, rabbis, but they're lawyers,
OK， 这些呢，他们虽然是拉比，可他们的职业呢，他们是律师。
because you know if Jews are going to promise to give $10,000 away, it's going to be overlooked by lawyers.
你知道吗？你要任何人想要从犹太人手中拿1万块美金啊，那绝对上面是有律师在监视的。
They're not going to want to just give $10,000 away.
他们绝对心里面是不愿意给你1万块美金的。
The rabbi looked at me and smiled.
所以呢，这个拉比呢，看着我呢就微笑了。
He said, You know you can't collect the $10,000, don't you?
他说：“你知道吗？”他说：“你知道，你也很清楚嘛，吼。就虽然你找到了答案了，但是你这1万块美金的1块钱你也拿不到。”
I said, yes, I know.
我说：“我知道。”
It wasn't found in the Christian scriptures.
因为呢，那不是在那个基督徒的圣经的里面找到的。
It was found in the ancient Hebrew Matthew that they had in their archives.
这个呢，是从那个这些的拉比法利赛人呢，他们犹太人自己的马太福所私人图书馆保存下来的马太福音希伯来抄本里面才有，你们基督徒是没有的。
The rabbis know that Yeshua is a direct descendant of King David, but they also know that the Christians don't know it.
OK， 这些拉比们呢，他们自己很清楚，耶稣呢，就的确呢，就是从大卫所罗门下来有这个王位血统、王位继承权的弥赛亚，但是他们也知道，基督徒都不知道。
But this is one of the reasons why so many rabbis are coming to Messiah in the land of Israel today.
这个也就是为什么到今天的以色列有很多的拉比们，他们相信耶稣就是弥赛亚的原因。
There is a great awakening that is happening even now.
现在呢，在以色列有很大的觉醒在发生啊。